Switch that V6 for the EV, ride it around my city. You should come ride with me, yeah. Feel me if you hear me, sip water like a fish, sip box water to the gillies, yeah. This a new wave, this a takeover. Do it for the future, time to get a world a makeover. Time never stops, no the timing is not. Time to clean up the block. Streets been a mess, how can I breathe? Smoke in the air, pure gasoline. I see the news, see what you read. Change gotta come, put that on me and watch me educate. Yeah, we been, could've started, but it's never late. Do it for my kids, yeah, let's set it straight. Do it for your kids, gotta set it straight. It's time to regulate, we need change now. We need solar, we need EV in the game now. Make it changes so the earth we know can stay around. Make it changes cause we had no time for playing around. Let's quit the playing around. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, work as a team. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, we going green. New car goes zoom, but it's quiet. You can hear me come and think I'm lying. If I said I'm perfect, I'd be lying. I can't say I'm perfect, but I'm trying. I'ma give my all till I'm dying. I'm the new Captain Planet, here to make changes, not damage. World on my shoulders while I'm standing. I'm the new Captain Planet, here to make changes, not damage. World on my shoulders while I'm standing. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, work as a team. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, we going green. Ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, have me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up. Bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck, country heart, I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm back up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying car till you get tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault, I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up. Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you.
Going on, everyone? I almost started with the voice changer enabled, so that would have been weird. I've been talking away and not noticed. Good thing I checked on that. Anyway, what's going on? How's everyone doing? It is Sunday. Hopefully you all had a good weekend so far and having a good day. Probably better than my day. Some of you guys in Discord, you probably know what I'm talking about. I'm having a little bit of rough times here with a miner, but anyway, let's go through the roll call here, see what we got going on. We got Stonks, Lloyd William, what's going on? Rud Putz, Ogre MGTOW, Michael Flores, what's happening? Whitetail Mining, Bot Life Gamer, Knowledge Team Rebel. I've always wondered why you don't put your computing power to direct crack wallets or passwords. It'd make much more. Yeah, that'd be bad. You know, it'd be awesome if we got into one, but then, like, you know, that's bad. Bad stuff. Well Talks, what's going on? Oofer, John Germain, Mike Baldwin, what's happening? He's out taming raptors, going crazy out there. Dave Collins, Fudweiser. Ogre MGTOW, what's happening? MH converted into HiveOS from Windows finally, and he's glad he did so. He wish he would have done it long ago. That's awesome. Yes, HiveOS is amazing. The Pirate, Andres 23007. What's going on? You were at a wedding. You finally made it. How's your Wi-Fi doing? Is it cutting in and out? Still good to go? Hopefully everything's all good there. It's 1900. What is that, like 7 o'clock in the evening or something? Bad Cat, what's happening? Travelers Travels, what's happening? He's free on Hive with 4 rigs. So we'll run through that in a little bit here. If you guys remind me, I'll probably forget. But Quad Spawner. Scrolling. What do we got? Oh, it just jumped on me. Spaceman V, what's happening? Box Fans, a pirate again. John Germain, Dizzy IKEA, and I think we got everybody all caught up. All right, sounds good. So, HiveOS fees. Now, I don't know if they changed everything as far as I gather it. Yes, 4 rigs is free, mining anything but Ethereum and Ethereum Classic. You have one free rig no matter what. So if you have 1 rig, if you have 4 rigs, 1 is on Ethereum and the rest is on like Ravencoin, Flux, whatever, you'll have those 4 rigs for free. Now, once you start putting more than 1 rig on either Ethereum Classic or Ethereum, you then have to begin paying for them. And anything after, I guess, 5 rigs plus, you got to pay for everything, as I believe is how the whole billing system works. You also have the option, if you're using the Hive on pool, to pay 3% and it will cover your high fees. But I think the bigger you get, the more you lose, because then you start giving them more and more. I am very curious what they're going to do once Ethereum is gone. I don't really see them only having that same theory in place for only Ethereum Classic, but they might. But I don't think most miners will be mining ETC on GPUs unless you have very cheap power, because it's going to be overran for ASICs until we see some price jump. So I don't know what they're going to do with the HiveOS fees later on. You know, maybe they're going to drop it to like maybe you get 2 or 3 rigs free no matter what, and then anything after that you pay for. Or, you know, maybe they'll start charging for Flux or Raven, or I guess it depends what the next coin explodes. They'll probably have 2 there. I don't know what they're going to do, but it'll be interesting to find out. As for myself, I've been dealing with a little issue. This is supposed to be a Q&A, and now I'm already ranting. I wanted to have a nice, calm, relaxing stream, hang out with you guys in the chat, answer some questions, talk about whatever you guys want to talk about, and now I'm already ranting about stuff. So, yeah, this didn't last very long at all. But anyway, last night I was playing around in the Jazz Miner, got a fault. I was like, okay, great, awesome. So I take it apart. It's in the dashboard. It's not displaying any fans. It's at 0 RPM. The ASIC chips and everything are good to go. It's doing its get works. Everything it's supposed to do through its boot process, but it's in fault and it keeps getting a fan error. RPM 0, yada, fan 1, error 0 RPM, fan 2, error 0 RPM, you know, so on. And, you know, it just keeps faulting on me. I don't know what's going on. So then I was like, well, I have it open. I'm going to try the fan mod. You know, may as well. It's here. So I put in the fan mod, and it wouldn't detect those fans either. Everything is spinning just fine. All the fans is getting power and everything, but it's getting some kind of issue within it. So then I was like, okay, whatever. I put the original fans back on. Same thing. Nothing's working. And then I left it on for like an hour or so, let it do its thing. And then all of a sudden, one of the chips popped in the control board. So now I'm pretty sure, originally I thought it was a control board issue. Now I'm 100% sure it's a control board issue because it popped a chip. So it's dead right now. So that sucks. So it's the weekend, so there's no support. So I'm waiting till hopefully tonight, because depending, I guess, in China or something, it'll be tomorrow there, sometime tonight here, and then maybe I'll get an answer tonight or maybe tomorrow, but I'm most likely probably going to have to try to pick up a control board for the Jazz Miner and then do a little repair, and hopefully that fixes all the issues. So that sucks. That sucks. And now that means, what does that mean? We only have like, what is today? The 14th. 14, 15, 16, 17. We only have 3 days left to the 5 gigabyte DAG hits. I most likely, I will not have a control board in by then. And I'm not going to be able to test what happens at 5 gigabytes. So that absolutely sucks. Horrible. I've been really waiting for that date to come to see if we lose hash rate, we can continue mining still efficiently, or if we got to switch to ETC. I'm 100% fine swapping that thing to ETC because it's so efficient. But now I cannot test this. And because of that as well, I moved all my rigs off solo mining back to pool mining because I lost 600 mega hash there. So yeah, so back on a pool, quit solo mining, get as much ETH as I can at this point. Jazz Miner's down, got to try to fix it. That's what I'm been doing with for the past little bit. You bought some more GPUs at the price is right, and then I am in 300 mega hash incoming. Nice. Good for you, man. Good for you. Have solar though, 3 Fox. I've been watching your Twitter stuff. You got like 25 to 50% solar mitigation or something, don't you? So that's good. That helps out. And you're also only mined during certain times, and you're doing the things to keep them power expenses down, and that's what you got to do. So that's awesome. This isn't the kids channel. Watch you language. What's going on? Mike Baldwin. What am I missing? Something happened? I missed something? What? Mike Baldwin's mad at somebody who did something bad. Anyone get their hands on an Annex Miner ET5 ETH server, 12 mega hash? I'm waiting for the restock. I've heard about them, but no, I have not. And I don't even know who you contact from. I believe Jingle Mining has some. I should probably get some links together for them. But if you click on any of my links and you want one of those, it should work. But yeah, I've been looking at some of those new Annex miners. They're insane. But there is a new Ipollo miner. I can't find it now. There was a link somewhere in the Discord, and when I go to the Ipollo site, I can't find it. But there's a pre-order. It's not a scam site. It's a legit site. But they have some. It's crazy. It's an insane miner, like blow your mind type of miner. So what is it? Like, it sounds too good to be true, but the same thing was with the Jazz Miners when it sounds too good to be true. This thing the E9 is pretty efficient. The Jazz Miner is very efficient, but this thing is like 6 gigahash for like 2,500 watts. Like, that's insane. Who knows what the price on that thing is going to be? And I can't remember what it's called. It's like the V5 or I don't even know. It's not, I don't know, K5. I don't know what the heck it's called. I can't remember. But it looks absolutely insane. Could you imagine 6 gigahash for freaking 2,500 watts? What? Oh my gosh. Like, seriously, what do we need GPUs for if ETC pumps? No one's going to want GPUs on Ethereum Classic. Like, look at the efficiency of those things. Anyway, that's that. Now, I don't know still. Like, it says it's like coming soon. Now, is it going to be actually coming out? Is it going to be like reported at 6 gigahash, and when it releases, it's only going to be 4? That seems to be the going trend lately. The A11s, they lost a bunch of hash rate. The E9s lost a bunch of hash rate throughout the pre-order process. So, it looks like it's okay for ASIC miners to lie to people and then, produce less hardware than advertised. But who knows? I don't know. Something crazy going on there. Nelson R. Capitator. Hey, dude, what do you think about Flux and its mining in the future after POS? Well, it depends which way you look at it. Like right now, if you look at what to mine, you look at Flux, it looks good. It's in second place right underneath Ethereum. But a lot of the factors that we don't realize here is the difficulty coming in after Ethereum is massive. It's huge. Like, all these coins don't have any hash rate. 14 terahash seems like a lot. 1 point seems like a lot. No, that's like 2 miners compared to what's on Ethereum with everyone else. So like the hash rate, once it comes in, I really don't think any of these coins are going to have any profitability. It really comes down to miners quitting. And once miners quit and prices start coming up towards the next bull run, then we may hopefully at least start to see a little bit of profitability. But again, I don't know. It's still too soon to tell. But I just say, don't look at what to mine today and expect this is what it's going to be. I really expect a sea of red across the board for quite a bit of time. But we'll see what happens. We're not going through the whole situation, but yeah. So hopefully that kind of answers that. So after, I don't think anything's going to be that great once Ethereum is gone. It all comes down to how much hash rate comes in, how much was actually involved in ASICs, and how many miners decide to quit mining at that point. So we really have to wait and see what happens. It's going to be very interesting. Questions, guys, questions, ask away. Let's do stuff. Make sure you at me, super chat me, whatever you got to do, but you know, throw them at me. Now there's a big, huge explanation, Nelson. That was like the quick rundown version out of it. Like the past few streams, people are probably getting tired of me going through it over and over. I see Rudd Putts up there saying not again, but like if you watch yesterday's stream actually, and I kind of go through a lot of the numbers. Took a lot longer, and you know how much coins are paying you and everything, but it's going to be a big change, and there's definitely a lot of things you got to keep an eye. I know a lot of people say, you know, keep buying GPUs, the price is right, and you know things are going to get profitable again. But really, you got to cater, like it's going to get profitable again as long as a ton of miners have to quit. So if most miners are quitting, it doesn't make sense to say something's going to be profitable because it takes all these guys to quit in order to do so. So yeah, I don't know. It's not a nice way to go about it, really, I guess. So what's the word on ETH proof of work forks? I am not 100% sure. I'm still trying to work on some details on that. Now, latest I heard, they did list them on the exchange at Polonex or whatever I believe that exchange is called. What am I doing here? I need to go back to my website. So that Polonex is allegedly the very first pool, or I guess exchange, that ever listed Ethereum. So they're trying to run with that type of momentum and legitness by saying they're the first ones to list this coin now. So it is listed. You can swap your ETH if you want. This is where I saw a whole bunch of red flags. We got the Tron guy who has red flags written all over him, is like heading this whole operation. So I would not send any Ethereum to them to get the other Ethereum back. Now, if they do still have to do that fork, and when they do fork, if they even end up forking, then it will be mineable. At that point, then you know we try mining it. We're not losing any of our Ethereum or money investing in the coin. We're mining the coin at that point. Then we're getting it for free based on your power. So it's not, you know, but you know what I mean. That's how we get into crypto and stuff, test stuff out. So at that point, we can see the legitimacy of this coin, and if they're going to rug pull or do something crazy at that point. So hopefully something comes out of it. There is also supposed to be it's supposed to like represent the same currency. So everyone that has ETH in a wallet is going to be getting like airdrop the same amount, or a value version of it, 4% of the value, 50%. I have no idea what it is. There's a whole bunch of numbers depending where you look. So I don't want to come out and say a number because I don't know. But based on what you have, you're supposed to be getting that. Now I still try to find the details on what wallet do you need? Do you need a wallet that only they support? Probably. Will any wallet that carries Ethereum work, like crypto.com or Coinbase or something like that? Or is it a wallet there you have all your seed phrases, where there's the crypto.com DeFi wallet, the Exodus wallet? So there's a lot of unanswered questions. I don't really know on how it all works. So I'm trying to figure out, because I would like to have a bunch of Ethereum in there so that when this airdrop happens, you can at least get some of it for free. And if something bad happens, obviously I don't care, you got it for free. And then if something good happens, that'd be absolutely awesome. So that's all I really know. There's not too many details on this whole thing, but I will try to dig into it deeper, especially as the merge is happening. I don't know when they actually plan to do this fork either. Some people say they want to do it, you know, pretty much right when ETH goes POS, which kind of makes sense, I guess, in a way. I don't believe the difficulty bomb will go off at that, but I do believe the difficulty bomb, once it goes off, it's actually, I don't think it's hard to defuse because you can just delay. So I don't really know all that, but the difficulty bomb was there to pretty much prevent forking once it goes off. So I don't know what's actually happened on that whole aspect either. So there's a lot of details I have no idea about. Remember, I'm not a coder, guys. I'm not a blockchain analyst or anything. I'm a miner. So, you know, I'm just like you guys. I'm just a miner, but I'll try to look into all this stuff and see if I can get more information together, because these are a lot of questions that we got to know when the stuff starts happening. Techman BTC for the win. Yes, Bitcoin all the way, guys. Bitcoin. If it's a centralized exchange, they will take care of it. Okay. I don't know what to say to that. But yeah, centralization. I just don't like that word carried into it. But yeah, What price do you estimate Flux needs to be to accept the incoming hash rate for its sustained profitability? To remain as profitable as Ethereum is right now in the bear market, Flux needs to hit about $900. So I don't have that sheet here. I should bring that up. So I'm actually gonna hold on. Google Documents. I'm gonna bring that up here and we'll kind of run through that and show you. Here. Docs, sheets. Okay, I'm gonna bring this into here. Bam, over there. So I got two. I'm gonna give you guys, I'm just gonna pull this up. I'm gonna link you guys the public version to this. So here's the public version that you guys can play around with. And then I'm gonna go back and actually just bring up my version so that it's not all messed up. So this one's only, oh, is everything broke? Okay. Oh, it's back. All right. So they're all back. So this is pulling all the data. Let me adjust my screen so you guys can see this. So this is pulling all the data from right now. This is current pricing, everything across the board on what everything's paying you right now. So we can see right now, Ethereum's paying its miners, all the miners on the network with block rewards at the current price, $26 million today is what Ethereum is paying its miners. So now we're going to scroll down. This is the one last all-time high. We were doing numbers a few weeks back on what we expect all-time highs to hit, but we can look. So to hit 20 for Flux to pay its miners 26 million. So to pay 24 million, which is still $2 million less than what Ethereum is currently paying, it needs $900. It has to hit $900 to be as profitable as Ethereum currently is in the bear market today. And what are we at? $1 something? Obviously, we're nowhere near that yet. So these are the levels that we're going to have to see there. So hopefully that kind of answers your question. And then, you know, we got Ergo and everything else here. So if someone wants to know something else, we'll come back to it. Moving on. Let's try to roll through some questions, guys. This is assuming 100% of GPU miners stay online. No, for sure. Blake Jones, that's 100%. That's assuming that will. That's where it comes down. Like, this is where the big argument comes in, where, you know, everyone's saying it's still going to be profitable. GPU mining will never die. GPU mining will never die because you need hash rate for Ravencoin, Flux, Ergo, all these coins to maintain transactions and everything. But it comes down to power price, efficiency of your hardware, 3080s versus like A2000s. The A2000s can remain online longer and come back online sooner than something like someone running 3080s and 3090s. But again, power price will decide that too. Someone with 2 cents power and 3090s can stay online longer than someone with, you know, 10 cents per kilowatt hour and A2000s. It just varies differently across everyone. But it seems like a lot of people is, you know, you go to Reddit, you go to wherever, comment section of mine, and there's always someone. GPU mine will never die. It's always going to be profitable. Keep going out and buying GPUs. The prices are good. Well, the price of GPU, I really think they're going to get a lot cheaper than what you see today because you're still too used to those scalper prices, and they're going to keep going down. But at the same time, it's going to take 60 to 70% of miners to quit mining for the profitability to come back with these current levels. Even in the next bull run, best case scenario with most miners quitting, we may see current bear market right now profitability with Ethereum in the next bull run at the peak all-time highs in terms of profitability. We're probably more profitable now than what we'll see in the next bull run. But it comes down to miners quitting and how many miners will come back in that. Obviously, a lot won't come back at that point or be looking into it or investments if we're still down to this type of levels in terms of profitability. So it's going to be like 2-year ROIs at least on GPUs and everything. So it's going to be very crazy and interesting times. But that's why I like to say, you know, don't be buying GPUs, don't be doing this, because it does come down to most miners quitting. And if most miners have to quit for the few diehards like all of us out there that probably, you know, following the streams and everything to remain profitable, it's going to take quite a bit of time. And saying that, you know, it's going to be mining, it's going to stay profitable is a lie. Because we're trying to cater to a vast majority of an audience. And if, say, example, 80% of the audience has to quit mining for 20% to be profitable, I'm going to be saying, you know, guys, this is not looking good. We're going to have to quit. Don't buy GPUs because I'm trying to cater to the majority of the audience. And that's what it takes for the less majority to remain profitable in the future. So that's kind of the direction when I'm pointing out these things. Yes, profitability will come back once miners quit. So no one else seems to be saying that part, but you know, that's just what's going to happen. That's what has to happen, or no one's going to be profitable at all. And obviously people won't mine at a loss. Well, some people do. So if you really die hard on a project like XMR, for an example, and you know, Flux, you know, some people that really believe in it, you do mine at losses to maintain network security and stuff. And that's what you need, because, you know, without security, then you got attacks, and, you know, it's just a whole ecosystem. But there's bunch of different angles to look at it. But it's really going to come down for profitability to come back, for miners to actually start quitting, because the difficulty that's coming in is going to be worse than any crypto winter in the past. That's how bad it's going to get. It's going to get very bad for quite a bit of time. So that's kind of, you know, my angle on the whole situation, on how I realize profitability will come back. But when I'm doing these videos and saying how bad it's going to get, it's because I'm catering to most of the audience, where most of us will have to shut off. Okay, hopefully that answered your question, or kind of, you know, put a little more of an angle on it. There was a time for months when was mining other coins besides ETH. After the merge, it would be like, yeah, for sure, Box Fan. It's going to be a lot of jumping around. It's going to take a lot more work mining crypto, unless you just want to stick to that one project because you really believe in it. You can totally do that. That's 100% fine. If you do want to mine at a loss, it is okay to do that if you really want to support the logic. So don't get me wrong there. And Red Potsy, you know, we always need that free nuclear power plant in our backyard. You know, who doesn't? ETC going to 1K. You know, the fits. That'll be awesome. I really hope it does. I really do. I'm all for ETC. I'm bullish on ETC. I'm bullish on everything, actually. Like, seriously. Ergo, it's doing amazing things. It's throwing down the DeFi, you know, it's doing the NFT thing. It's doing, you know, all these things it needs to do in advance. Flux, all these parallel assets and partnerships. It's doing a lot of good stuff. We're just nowhere near the levels where they need to be, because they're such young coins to where they're going to explode. So we really need a few cycles for these to play out. And remember, each cycle is like 4 years. So it's going to be like 4, 8, 10 years before we see anything. Analysts on Ravencoin, they're saying, yeah, Ravencoin could hit $1, but that might not happen till after 2030 or something. So keep these things in mind. And after 2030, we're not going to be able to use 8 GB GPUs anymore after that. So there's a lot of different angles looking at this operation. But if you do believe Ravencoin, for example, is going to hit $1, that'd be awesome. Because think about it. I was testing a 570. A 570 is still getting like 12 Ravencoin today. So if it hits $1, that's like $12 on a single 570 if you wait 10 to 15 years. You know, that's a very viable option. These things could happen as well. But again, if you're losing in power, it makes more sense to buy the coin straight out, because then you get more coins for the future pump than you have to spend on your power bill. So yeah. Part of the increase in profitability recently was because a lot of the coiners rage quit at the last difficulty bump. Yeah, that's crazy. I do see hash rate coming back up across the old Ethereum space here. Let's have a look. Ethereum hash rate. Go to here. Can you guys see? Not really too hot there. We'll just go to that one. That's too small. Oh, all right. There we go. But yeah, look, we see we're down. We're dropping down to below. It's not showing it there, but we were below 800 terahash. We were at like 790 there. Then all of a sudden, hash rate explosion happened out of nowhere. So I don't know if a giant farm kind of lost. Actually, that's about where we were. So something happened here. I don't know if a farm or something lost power, because this drop here pretty much happened again. And then we're back up to that same level. So this could all be from like one guy or one farm. I don't know. That's crazy though. But yeah, things are crazy, guys. Whoa, buttons. With the price of wood and other heating options here, running 2 to 3 rigs for heat is much cheaper. No, that's very true. That's another thing, especially in the wintertime where you are. Now, personally, myself, I find that trying to heat my house with my rigs, I like, my gas bills are usually fairly cheap. It's a nice, efficient house and everything. So I lose in the winter. Well, I'll probably lose a lot more this winter now, or gain a lot more in terms of keeping it cool. So I like to crack the windows. I'm up in Canada. We know that, Alberta. It gets like minus 40, minus 45 degrees at times. Most of the time, average about minus 20 to minus 30. But it does hit super cold. But when I crack the windows open and keep it cool, last year when I was running about, what was I, around 3,800 watts or something, I would lose about 500 or 600 watts at the wall, which saved me more through the month than what my gas bill and stuff would have been. So that saved me more that way. Now I'm up to like 5,800 watts. So I may lose like 1,000 watts. I may be down to like 4,800 watts come winter time this year. Again, I might not be because my GPUs will probably be shut off. So then it'll just be my CPUs running. So then I'm just going to be back down to 2,300 watts. So then it might make sense. We'll see how the power changes. But that's what I witnessed last winter. Is it wasn't a viable option for me. Speaking of that, I did throw on. I'm actually, look at this. I don't know why. I just, I got the idea this morning. I was like, I'm gonna try it. So I fired my rigs up and I threw them on XMR solo. I am solo mining Monero. So I figured I'd give it a shot. So I'm hanging out about 222 kilohash right now. I do have 2 or 3 rigs down. One is having me issues. I'm going to have to retweak it. I'm streaming right now, so the workstation is down. I have my node thing is limited to a few threads there to run a couple nodes and whatnot. But yeah, I'm going to try some XMR solo mining. Now, a block reward is about 0.6 XMR. If I work that into Canadian dollars, where is that? Where is the price? So that's about 126 Canadian if I could smash that out. Now, if I get lucky and hit a a solo block at least every 2 days, that'd be insane. That'd be awesome. That's about $60 a day. Will that happen? Probably not. But it'd be nice if I could maybe hit a block once every 5 days or something. So we'll see what happens. I figured I'd just, give it a shot. Try it. Now, we're only at, this is Canadian prices. XMR is at 211. Last bull run, it hit about 500 and something Canadian. Next bull run, we might see $600-700. Maybe it'll explode. Who knows? But if it does, that's a nice little bank. So I'm trying some solo XMR action right now, and I'm just gonna see how it plays out. Oh, what's going on, Hawk? What's happening? Actually, which rigs are down? I got 22 down now. Oh, or 22 up. Got nothing going on. 0.4. I'm at 0.5% current effort in about an hour. That's not bad. It's not bad, actually. So 1% every 2 hours in theory. What'd that work me out to be to get 100%? Hopefully, we get lucky. 10% blocks would be awesome. 10%. 10% solo XMR blocks would be pretty amazing. XMR would be the coin of the future. There's a huge backing of people that really enjoy XMR. It's crazy. It's a massive community. Are you guys familiar about the XMR bank run? That was insane. We got Hawk Crypto Mining Co. What is going on? What's happening, Hawk? So, see, now you're here, Hawk, and you got the bet on the go. Are you still saying that the merge will not happen in September? Thoughts? What are your thoughts? Rabid gets all the cool kids watching it. Fox Code it is. What do we got? You now know everyone will do XMR now. I'm not saying do XMR. It has so much hash rate XMR. Like, look at this. XMR has 2.39 gigahash, guys. 2.39 gigahash. That's a lot of hash rate coming out of CPUs. This is massive. Like, it's secure. But look at the decentralization. The top pool only has 29.8% of the hash rate. XMR is like a go-to pool when it comes to how decentralization should be. Like, look at that, 29.8, 26.9. Like, there is no pool even close to the 50% mark. Everything is spread out fairly nicely. I'm actually down. Where am I? I think I'm on this pool here. Yeah, I'm on Hash Vault. That's a third pool, 211. So see, I'm staying away from the top pools as well. Decentralization, guys. Spread that hash rate around. That's what we got to do. That's what crypto needs, as us as miners and users and as whatever. But yeah, that's a lot of hash rate. Like, we just looked. I have what? 200. I only have 226 kilohash compared to frickin' you know, 2 point some gigahash. So that's a very small amount of hash rate that I have for that. Didn't they say the merge will be the 6th? No, that for the channel, the Bellatrix is going to be on the 6th. So if you're unfamiliar, let's run through the thing here. Did Hawk say if he thinks it's going to happen? I heard about issues with F2 pool holding 30% of the staked coins. Oh, really? I haven't heard that yet, but is that where I did? Yeah, F2 pool stealing for over 2. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past them. Like, this is bad. With all the recent light coming out right now about F2 pool, remember, I don't know what's all happening right now, but if you guys have not seen this video, check it out. But F2 pool for the past 2 years, allegedly, when all those uncle blocks and everything hit, somehow they're figuring out how to steal uncle blocks away from people, stealing other pools' rewards and bringing it all to their pool. But at the same time, they weren't even paying the miners all these extra rewards. They were keeping it for themselves. And then F2 pool has some big farms and probably back some big farms. So they're probably kicking, you know, kickbacks out the side for these guys to stay on the pool and help them hit these blocks. But all the normal miners like myself, I never use F2 pool. I see a lot of people use F2 pool a lot, but I've never used it myself. And I stayed away from F2 pool. A lot of people using Dogecoin miners and everything on F2 pool. I stay away from that pool with any coin. It does sound like, even with Dogecoin payouts and everything compared to other pools, it is a 10 to 20% less profitable in daily payouts when comparison. So it's almost like they're doing this on every coin they support. On top of that, they have like 30% of all the Ethereum staked on their staking pools. This is looking very, very bad. Now, they'd probably have more if the ETH devs didn't control most of the ETH themselves. So, you know, it's very interesting. But F2 pool is definitely doing some crazy stuff in the background. And we got to figure out what's going on. But I would highly, if you have anything on F2 pool, I would recommend you to pull it off and try something else. It doesn't matter what it is. Litecoin, Dogecoin, you know, Ethereum Classic. I don't even know what all they support. But if you're using F2 pool for anything, get off it. Go to something else. You have your L7 on there. Hawk, did you not listen to me a month ago when I told you to use Litecoin pool for your L7? That's the most profitable pool, has the lowest amount of fees, and you will notice a difference. Move there. But again, if you want Dogecoin, if you're probably merge mining, do you have F2 pool or what you're using that, but use a different pool. But if you have are you getting Dogecoin payments separately than Litecoin? Now, the thing with Litecoin pool is that it merge mines and everything, just like everything else, but it only pays in Litecoin. So it combines the Dogecoin payments into the Litecoin payments that you get. So you're only getting Litecoin paid out, but you are getting pretty much, it's more profitable than all the other pools I've tried in the past. Pro hashing is probably second or third. It's fairly close, but it's also, you can get like paid on anything you want through pro hashing. It's pretty cool. But yeah, I do find for, you know, script miners, Litecoin pool, it doesn't have a fancy dashboard or anything. Actually, I can bring it up right now. I think I have my mini pro on it. Litecoin pool right here, my account. So you can see, like, it's nothing fancy going on here, but all your payouts come out through Litecoin, and you can see a chart, full history, I guess. But this is all it is. There's no big fancy dashboard and everything. But if you're a miner and all you care about profits, this would be the pool to most likely use. Litecoinpool.org. Check it out. Give it a shot, Hawk. See what you think about it. If you don't like it, you can just go back to whatever you want. You've been able to do a lot of maintenance. Hold on, we got a chat up here. Sorry, I seen a Hugo down. Thank you for the US $5. Ripper Fund. We got to bump those hash numbers up. Yes, one day I want a Ripper and Epic and all these things. They're so cool, but they're so expensive. I can't afford these things, but yeah, one of these days we'll get to test one of those. Hot crypto mining, missed CCXD today, but I missed most streams and vids, including yours. So I've had too much to keep up with. Okay, what do we got here? Sunday is the best day for day drinking. What miner you suggest for CPU mining, Nano or XMRig? I suggest XMRig. Whenever a coin supports XMRig on a CPU, that is pretty much my go-to miner. I find it's less intensive on your operating system. You can still do background tasks and everything like I haven't really used Nano miner, so I can't say that it's absolutely better than nanominer because I've never used nanominer, but a lot of the common ones like SRB miner and stuff, I do find bogs your PC down quite a bit, and it's fairly laggy. And XM rig runs nice and smooth, and you can still run background tasks. And on top of that, you know, we've done lots of tests versus like CPU miner, GR, and everything, and you do get a little more invalid shares, but you still end up sending a lot more shares, and you end up more profitable by getting more coins on something like the Ghostwriter algos with like Raptorium and stuff. So for me, when it comes to CPU mining, XM rig supports it. That's what I use. It's like my T-Rex for NVIDIA or my Team Red miner for AMD. It's like the go-to miner to use for a CPU, as long as it supports the algorithm that you're mining. Hopefully that answers your question there, 3Fox. Crypto Rick, what's going on? What's happening? How would you feel if I told you I control Bitcoin? You know, that would be absolutely awesome. Can you send, I don't know, 50, 100 of them my way? I'll send you my address. DM me. Thank you. That's how I'd feel about that. Oh, awesome. Hey, no problem, 3Fox. Now, did I miss any questions? I'll see if there's any ats up here that I missed. You're switching it. You're switching. All right, Hawk, switch it. Do it. You know, before you switch it though, write down. I don't know if F2 pool has past 24 hours or something, because like on Litecoin pool right here, where is it? My account. Like right here, you can see. Oh, my screen's all messed up, so you can't really see. Right there, but you can see past 24-hour rewards. So write this number down right now before you switch, and then you can compare it and then come back in a day or a couple days, and it'll tell you your past 24 hours earnings. Just copy that and throw that and see if you're getting more or less Litecoin or something. But remember, Litecoin pool will only pay you out in the Litecoin rewards, but it is merge mining Dogecoin and everything as well. Any more ads? Let's see, scrolling through. You're okay. I went through all that. All right. What do you think of crypto mining stocks? I don't know. I have never looked into any of those ETFs or anything, so I don't have any knowledge when it comes to them. It seems kind of weird, but to me, it's almost like a government's way to catering to crypto through their Wall Street buddies. So other than that, I don't know. Nothing about the Wall Street stocks. Did you and Seb start your own mining software yet? Our own mining software? For what? Have you mined Telio before? No, I have not. New to ASICs, Cadena or BTC? The chillin'. So, what's your power price? Now, there's two ways to look at this. I'll show you how I look at ASIC mining. ASIC miner value. All right. Personally, myself, I would not purchase a Bitcoin miner. Now, I'm going to tell you why. Obviously, there's a few things going on with this. Where's a better screen? Maybe I can, here, hold on. Zoom in here. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Anyway. So, there's two ways to look at this. Bitcoin ASICs are probably the safest ASICs to buy. They may also actually be kind of cheaper than some of the other ones because they always go down to profitability. But a Bitcoin ASIC uses so much power. So you're really going to need cheap power to mine Bitcoin. Now let's just get an idea. When I come in here, I'm going down, I'm looking for the, there we go. So we got the Antminer S19 XP or the Pro Hynix. So 140 terahash or 198. But we can see $6.66 a day at, I believe this is defaulted 12 cents kilowatt hour, but it's using 3,010 watts for $6 a day, 140 terahash. This thing's using over 5,000 watts for 198 terahash at $6 a day. Now, if we scroll up, like, look at these. We got the KD Max Pro, $33.50, $28 a day. So it's making a lot more after power than those Bitcoin miners. We got the, well, it's easy to look at the Jazz miners right now, but in Ipollos because they're way up there, but Ethereum will be gone. And I really think the next profitable miner, once that happens, the gold, this KD Max will probably hit the top spot in profitability. If that happens, well, it will happen, and it might gain some price increase because they'll say, look, this is the most profitable miner on the market. So keep that in mind. We got the L7 here, 3425 watts, making $20 a day. So these are around the same amount of power as the most profitable Bitcoin ASIC, but it's making a lot more after power because, you know, the coins are worth more and everything. So I would get one of these miners, and some of them use actually less power than the Bitcoin miner in general as well. But I would get these, and if you really want Bitcoin, just swap these coins into Bitcoin. Now you're getting $20 a day in Bitcoin profits instead of $6 a day in Bitcoin profits, right? So keep that in mind. So, and the Bitcoin hash rate is constantly growing up. All these hash rates are constantly going up, but I would get a more profitable miner and just swap that into Bitcoin for that. That's what I would do. That's how I would operate, you know, my ASICs, or looking for ASICs to purchase. You're at 10 cents per kilowatt hour. See, that's not too bad. When it comes to a Bitcoin miner, I would probably recommend 4 cents. Like, I know that's next to impossible, but like for a lot of us residential miners and stuff, unless you're running like 90% or full solar mitigation there, but you really need very cheap power to compete in the Bitcoin market. Remember, there's also a halving coming in, which means the price will go up. That's when our next bull run will happen after that, but that'll drop the profits. Another thing with the script algorithm, with the L7s, you got to keep in mind, Litecoin in just under a year here is going to be having a halving as well. So we may, you know, be able to pick up some cheap L7s or something in the future. Again, I don't know. I'd love to get my hands on an L7. Ever since I first seen them announced, I love the L3 Plus. And the L7 is essentially 19 L3 Pluses for the power consumption of about 5.5 L3 Pluses. So I really love that. I love the script algorithm. I love Litecoin. I use Litecoin for everything, for moving crypto around, because all the exchanges pretty much have it as only like 0.001 as a transfer withdrawal fee, while everything else is like expensive. So especially Bitcoin's like 15 or 20 bucks to pull out of some exchanges. So I do use Litecoin because it's like in the sense to move coins around. It's fairly fast. And I just love the script algorithm stuff because of it. We don't need ASICs anymore. Your L3++ ASIC farm on Litecoin pool. Is it, Frank? And how you like it? How you liking Litecoin pool with your L3 ASIC farm? Kirk Solar, KDA Miner, or KDA Box Pro for home miner. Yeah, for sure. All those little ASICs are awesome. And I do have links to the majority of all these miners if anybody is looking. Just saying in the description. Captain Happy, Rabid, you have already calculated. Are you going to keep miners online after ETH merge happened and all other ETH miners all will go to compete the mining of other coins, driving profit fast downward? So my plan already, like, soon as the merge happens, I will shut everything off. Like, as soon as I see my miners can no longer mine anymore, I'm getting errors or whatever happens at that point, I'll shut them off. I'll get rid of them. Not get rid of them. Cancel that. Rewind. Hold on. Where's my button? All right. So cancel that. Rewind. And so and then I'm going to use like a GPU. And I'm going to test different coins here and there to see how it works. I really believe all the coins on what to mine are most likely going to be in the red, depending on your power price. You're probably going to need 6 cents or less to make a decent, any type of profit. But I will have a card here and there on the test bench testing different coins. Probably the best coins to mine after ETH is gone for a while anyway is coins no one has ever heard about. Low hash rate type of coins that haven't seen any difficulty spikes. So we'll see what happens. But again, that's my initial plan right now, is I will shut everything off and then just test on a GPU here and there. But who knows? Maybe something that day will just explode. Maybe that FPO work coin or something, you know, that will come out too. Will just explode day one. Will it happen? It's crypto. Anything's possible, but I doubt it will, but you never know. You just never know. My L7 does about 36 a day on F2 pool. Alrighty, sounds good. Make sure you got that Litecoin number down. Swap it to Litecoin pool and see if you're at like 50 a day. No, I don't know it would be that high, but you know, it'll probably be around 39, 40 a day possibly. I'm not sure, but just guessing. Rabid shutting down sounds pretty much what I thought too. Everything goes fast, takes some time to see what sees green again. Yeah, it's definitely gonna take some time. $24 Doge, $10 LTC. Nice. You're getting that much extra in Doge? Oh, maybe. Yeah, Doge is up to 10 cents now also. What'd you miss, Dan San? Not too much. We're just answering some questions, going through some things. I'm thinking that all predictions about what to do day after merge are all not accurate, and what we will actually do will be something no one has predicted. Hopefully. So what is it then? Do you have an idea, Box Fan? What's your theory on the whole situation? We don't know. We don't know, because so far it's either mine Flux, mine Ergo, do this. It's mine coins that you never heard of, or it's shut off. So I still don't know what the other options are. I really can't wait. I guess new coin comes in and pumps. If Ergo goes to $79, Flux to 140, Raven to $1, we cover 80% of the GPU hash rate out there. Raven to $1. One day, but remember, a lot of the future predictions on Raven to $1 is after 2030, potentially, maybe, if we're lucky. That's a huge gap. It could hit that. We don't know, guys. It's crypto. Things could definitely explode for sure, and we really hope they do. But Ergo to 79. Now, Black Wolf Crypto, in which time frame are you referring to? Let's look at this. Let's look at Ergo, $79. All right, I'm going to go Ergo, $79. Where are you? Ergo? We're going $79. $79 Ergo. Bam. 682,000. That's not very much money at all. That's less than what ETC is paying us right now. Hold on, what's the other one? Flux to 140. Okay, Flux to 140. Let's put that in. 140. Bam. That's $3.7 million. So Flux has a big advantage on that Ergo one at $79. Obviously, we can see 3.7 million versus 682. Now, what do we got here? What's the other one? Raven to $1. Raven to $1, guys. Where is Raven in here? Yeah, you are. Raven to $1. Bam, 3.6 million. Okay, so Raven coin. So let's add this up. So Raven coin at $1 is paying minus $3.6 million. I need my calculator to get all this stuff. Oh, I don't have my phone on me. Okay. So 3.6 plus Flux is 3.7. So we're at 6 point, I guess we'll say 7 point something here. And then Ergo 7 point something. So 8. Let's just round it up to $9 million. With the prices you just gave me, that's $9 million that would be paid out to miners. Ethereum right now is paying 26 million. So those three coins with those prices is still nothing compared to what Ethereum is currently paying us right now in this bear market. So we're going to need a lot higher prices than what you just dictated there to support mining hash rate. Some tip: if everything will be red, use the electricity cost to buy some select coins from exchange. Buying is cheaper than mining that. Yes, Captain Happy, that is a great point. That is what I try to say all the time. So like if you're, example, you're mining, say you're mining 140 coins with 12, 30, 80 rigs. I think that's what it is with a 5 times difficulty increase. We're definitely going to see 10 to 15 times difficulty increase after Ethereum spread across all the coins. But at 5 times, I believe 600 coins a day on Ravencoin on 12, 30, 80s drops down to like 140 coins a day, and depending on the power. So if you were to take the same amount that you would have paid on power, because you're not going to cover your power costs at that time, again, depending on price, but even in the last bull run, it wouldn't cover your power costs. Then if you were to buy the coins for the same amount that you would have spent on power, instead of mining 140, you probably could have got like 230 coins for that future run, which means mining at a loss, you should have bought the coin instead. So yeah, that's definitely the big argument there on whether you do it. Now, personally, myself, I don't buy coins. I get all my coins through mining it. So this is definitely a different situation depending how you look into crypto. I mine coins. I don't buy coins myself. Ergo $79. Well, its all-time high was about $50, so it could happen. Yeah, and we kind of looked at the prices. Now for a single coin, this is why I say no coin is going to be the next go-to. Nothing's going to be the next go-to. So best case scenario, next bull run at the peak of it, we are as profitable as we are right now with Ethereum in the bear market. That's best case scenario, and I don't think that will even happen. But 26 million. We need a coin to hit $26 million. So, well, what's Raven coin? What's this? 1, 2, 3. So that's still under. But yeah, if ETC hit about $1,200, you know, that could absorb most, pretty much all the Ethereum hash rate, which would be great, which would leave the other coins alone. 13, I guess 15. Come on, what do we need here? 25, close enough. $1,500 Ethereum Classic. You know, let's go to Ergo. What do we have here? We had like $2,500. 2,500. So, we need a little more than 25. 2,600. We need way more. 2,800. Is that what we had here? I can't remember. All right, around there. So Ergo needs to hit $2,800 to be the next go-to coin, to be close to Ethereum is right now. Flux we looked at previously, that was $900, I believe. So these are the levels that some of these coins will have to hit in order to be an actual go-to. That's why we need all the coins. We need every single GPU mineable coin out there with hash rate spread across the board to try to remain some sort of profitability. I wonder what Neoxa needs to hit. Let's find out. This will be an interesting one. You know, 3,000. Holy crap. Imagine if Neoxa hit $3,000, guys. Look at this. $18.3 billion paying out the miners. All right, Neoxa to the moon, guys. That Minecraft stuff better take off. Imagine this hit $3,000. That would be absolutely insane. Oh my gosh. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. What's $50? 306 million. $10. 61 million. Cool. There we go. Neoxa needs to hit $4 to cater to current. Now you can see we have all these prices here. Now, if all these coins hit these prices, because remember, all the coins usually generally go up. So, you know, one coin's not going to be a go-to, but throughout them all, we're going to have decent spread out. But look at this now. Total income, not from Ethereum, $102 million. That will definitely be paying miners some decent cash if all these coins were to hit those levels. But we can just see the numbers that we need for a single coin to really replace Ethereum. And that's quite a bit. Ergo 2,800, you retired to the Bahamas. Yeah, for sure, huh? That'd be insane though. Like, is it possible? Sure, why not? How long will it take? A while? Don't we really need a coin to hit 12 mil, not 24, since all the ASICs maybe? I'm nuts. That's if, in theory, there's 50% of the hash rate. It really does look like 80% of the Ethereum hash rate, when it was at its all-time high, about 1.3 terahash, was about GPUs. Now, currently current Ethereum hash rate is probably sitting around the 40 to 45% range now. Actually, hash rate came back online, so I don't really know. That could also be from E9s maybe going online. I don't know. This is when Bitmain said, okay, we're selling. Hash rate off. Miners got their E9s in and hash rate back up because it's pretty close to the same levels. That'd be interesting. But yeah, so I don't know. I really think there's only about 300 or 400 terahash worth of ASICs on here, and the rest is probably most likely GPUs. Can you actually mine data way ETH current mines data to win over using it versus staking? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Oh, which coins can actually mine data the way ETH currently mines data to win over using it? You mean like memory-based coins? Like which coins are memory-based? Like the way you mine it, the algorithm works? That would be ETC and Ergo type of thing. They're the memory, but the most are more core. Panda's power went out. Oh no, that sucks. Oh no. Blew up his power. That horrible stuff. Remember, guys, at me, super chat me, whatever you need to do to get my attention to ask a question, and we'll try to answer it the best way I can. Hash rate come back online because the end was announced. Same thing happens to MMO games coming to an end. Yep, that's very true. But the end was announced a while ago. I wonder why there was such a big delay in the hash rate actually coming back. Did Ethereum Classic lose any hash rate? Did anywhere lose hash rate anywhere? Because this hash rate came from somewhere, unless it is, you know, from E9s, because they recently did just draw. I took a screenshot when they announced that they were shipping them all. It was about a week ago of the hash rate on Ethereum. And then now, you know, we are seeing that come up, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. Heineken or Bud. I think it's the Budweiser out here. Heinekens are okay. They're not my favorite. There had to be a surge on that power before it went out. Was there a surge? Did it wreck something? Is there stuff broken? That'd suck. But yeah, if there was a surge, not good. There was a date announced. Hash rate came back the day after an actual date appeared in the news. Oh, that's it. That makes sense. Appeared in the news. Oh yeah, back to that question. So someone earlier was asking. They thought the merge was supposed to happen September 6th. So I just remembered that. So we're gonna run through that. So the whole Ethereum timeline and how it's playing out. So right now we know they set the date. They have a rough date of the 15th or 16th of September. Now they set that date. They're going to revisit everything again. There's two important dates we really got to watch out for. So right now is the 14th. The 5 gigabyte DAG is set to hit this Wednesday on the 17th. So the devs are revisiting everything they totally earlier thought on the 18th, because on the 18th we have the 5 gigabyte DAG. So let's just go at DAG size. So they're going to come back here on the 18th and hit the 5th. Make sure it's still the 17th. Yeah. So they're going to come back here on the 18th, which is the day after Ethereum hits 5 gigabytes. Because if hash rate goes offline or more hash rate goes offline, that will extend the date they initially thought and stuff. Because of slower hash rate, they got to readjust their numbers. So after they get another number of a timeline when they're going to do this, you know, if they're still shooting for the 15th, 16th, they may change when Bellatrix will be implemented onto mainnet. If it didn't look like much changed here, like I don't think too many Jazz miners will actually fall off, because I think they'll just lose a little bit of hash rate. But again, if they all fall off, then we'll be losing some hash rate. It'll be very interesting to be following the Ethereum network and see what the hash rate does do on this date. But regardless, so once they set their date and they get their timelines figured out on the 18th again, then they're going to know when they're going to release Bellatrix. And that is what originally right now is set for the 6th. So what happens when Bellatrix is entered onto the mainnet Ethereum network? That starts the whole countdown, the whole timer, the whole everything. Bellatrix is like implementing the code for the merge. So at that point is when the TTD ticker time frame starts ticking, and that's based on hash rate. So if they still implement it on the 6th, that means they're still on set for around the 16th based on the hash rate. If more hash rate comes, say Ethereum pumps at this time, you know, right after they implement on, say, the 7th, Ethereum pumps, more hash rate comes online, that means the merge will then happen sooner. And if you know, prices go back down or something, or hash rate leaves, the merge will be extended a little longer, because it's all hash rate dependent at that point. Depending on the hash rate, depends on how long it takes to set that TTD number. That's why they're revisiting on the 18th to make sure Bellatrix is set at the current hash rate and day to hit the 15th or 16th time date. So once Bellatrix is implemented in, that is the second important date after the 17th here, watching the hash rate, Bellatrix will enter mainnet, and then that's it. It's pretty much game over. It's no turning back at that point. Obviously, they still could if they have to, but that sets the timer, that sets the ticker, and 10 days after that, at a steady hash rate, is when the merge will happen, when mainnet will hit its TTD, which is total terminal difficulty, and then miners will no longer be able to find blocks anymore. Now, in theory, you could still probably find a block. It's just that the TTD is so high. You could have 10 terahash worth of hash rate pointing on Ethereum somewhere, and you won't find a block if you're the only person mining, because the total network difficulty is just so darn high. It's impossible. Like, it might take 20 years, you might get one, but it's next to impossible. That's when then the validators, the merge will gone through, and everything on the POS side is now validating the network. So that's the time frame, guys. The 18th, they're going to double check. Bellatrix will come in around the 6th, depending on what they decide on the 18th. And then the merge will happen 10 days later if the hash rate remains consistent, and the 16th. So that's what's going on there. Hopefully I didn't confuse anyone and it kind of made sense for you guys. RPM definitely had a surge. With that said, my SSD died 3 weeks ago after I got my Octo. I replaced them. When I got them, they cut corners on stuff like that and have refurbished PSUs. Interesting. So you think an OCTOMINER blew up your stuff? That's something you should definitely look into. That's very interesting. I should throw my stuff back on an open air frame, is what you're saying? I'm going to try and use my dot cloner to copy my Octo SSD. If it works, I will leave it next to it and just swap out if it does get corrupted. Huh. I already did that, but only 6, not 20. So are there any more questions, guys? You guys have any more questions for me last minute here? Been on for about an hour. It's been a lot of fun. We have 153 viewers, 54 likes. Hit those like button, guys. Smash those subscribe buttons and all that other stuff that goes with everything. No open air, just keep parts. Just keep parts. Always have extra parts. Yeah, I got a few extra SSDs. Like, those are things we should always need. Like, if you're running open air rigs or some, obviously extra parts. You need extra risers. You always have an extra PSU or two. I always think it's a good idea to be able to have the parts to build a completely new rig if you have to. That way, you know, you have extra risers to swap out. You have a PSU if you need. You have a frame if it gets bent. Obviously, nothing should happen to your frame, but you never know of catastrophic rack failures or something. You know, it gets crushed. Could happen. But yeah, keep that in mind. Obviously, you don't keep GPUs on the side to throw in later. You have them up and ready to roll. No open air. Okay, yeah. New to mining. Do you recommend miners that mine ETC? At this point in time, you're probably referring to a Jazz miner, an Ipollo Mini or something. The difficulty is definitely going to skyrocket. If you got cheap power, it's okay. If ETC pumps massively in the future, which it has potential to do so, then yes, you're definitely going to want to be using one of those mini Ipollos or a Jazz miner or something over a GPU, because it's just a lot more efficient. So if that answers your question, hopefully that helps. Von Nadu, hey, no problem for the info. No need to have a 5 terabyte drive in a mining rig. Yeah, I seen someone had like a 3 terabyte or 2 terabyte drive just for their normal mining rig to install HiveOS. Now remember, you only need, HiveOS uses like what, 8 gigabytes, 7.5 or something. I don't even remember. So just get a cheap M2, get a cheap SSD, you know, 60 gigabytes plus. If you plan on using Windows, you might want a 120. 120 is the common ones anyway. They're fairly cheap. Same with the M2s now. They're like the same price as what a USB stick used to cost. So go that way, and it's faster loading, reboots, uploading drivers, whatever else. So yeah, get one of those. You don't need much. Again, HiveOS, you only need 7.5. So all you need is a 60 gigabyte. You keep crappy GPUs around for troubleshooting. The RX 552 gigabytes are helpful for that. Yeah, I got a 2 gigabyte, what is it, GTX 670 or something. It's like 10 or 12 years old. Yeah, I use that to throw on some of the CPU rigs, and you know, just so I have display and stuff or whatever, or testing stuff out. Yeah, old cards like that definitely come in handy. Your 1066 gigabyte is hashing in Windows. I see others have stopped working already with the DAG increase. What? On what? What coin? 6 gigabytes should not have any issues on Ethereum or anything. So that's interesting. I wonder there's something else going on there, especially in Windows. You still got quite a bit. Just reminding you wouldn't use USB stick to be a better option. USB stick, I don't like them. I used to like. I remember when I first started mining, I don't even know, 4 or 5 years ago, it was USB sticks being promoted everywhere, and I just never did like them. They're so slow, especially when I'm testing stuff, reboots, installing drivers. Like, it takes like 10-15 minutes sometimes to reboot your rig or restart it or install a driver. So like an SSD is fast. So if you're rebooting, you're retesting stuff, whatever, I would really recommend an SSD. It's just so much faster. It's nicer. They don't corrupt as much and stuff like that. Ben's 310, thank you for the US 499. Do you have a 3080? Someone got it to 97 megahash at a 164 power limit. I do have a 3080. I have a non-LHR EVGA GeForce RTX FTW3 3080. So yeah, I got them before LHR was even a thing. So I do have that. I'm streaming and hashing right now. So it's only at 52 megahash right now. The power says 166, 182. But usually I'm around 100 to 102 megahash on it. But I definitely got to test it. You know, obviously, there's no point testing Ethereum anymore. So we got to test other stuff. But interesting. Is Firo, Beam, or Grin good coins to mine? Firo's really leaning on the side of staking a lot. They just took away a bunch of miner rewards. Obviously, if the coin picks up, then it would be. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't mined any of those other coins. Beam, Grin. Actually, I haven't mined any of those coins. But it's going to be an all-out brawl. So mine what you think is best. Try them all out. Again, whatever uses less power is usually better, but then everyone else will probably be trying to mine that coin as well. So it's going to be interesting times ahead. Some 1060s are only 5 gigabyte. Yeah, it makes sense. If they're only 5 gigabyte, they're probably losing out, especially being in Windows, because it does use a little bit more of your memory and stuff. Mining for People says right there, no, Windows uses a lot more memory to run, same as Linux do. So might be the reason why 6 gigabytes having issues on some coins. Possibly, but I'm assuming he's referring to Ethereum. And I remember 4 gigabyte cards, they were good on Windows all the way up until the DAG pretty much hit. But Linux, obviously, you get away with it more. And 4 gigabyte, I was still like 5-6 months later, I was still getting 27 mega hash on a 4 gigabyte card utilizing the times 16 slot. So actually try that out. Try a Linux version or something. I guess if anyone is having issues, try the times 16 slot, remove the Gen 1 limitations and everything. Only utilize your times 16 full speed and see if you can regain your hash rate on some of those cards. 1100 core, 1600 memory, a 6 gig 1060 says 100 megabytes left on the DAG when I start T-Rex. Oh, crazy. What's up with RTM? How do you solo mine Monero? How do you solo mine Monero? I guess, did we hit a block yet? Refresh. That'd be awesome. We hit a block like within 2 hours. That'd be insane, actually. Solo. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. XMR hash rate. How many rigs are online? 22 still. Yeah, everything's still up. Huh. Let's just say solo 1. Confused why it's, yeah, I don't know. Doesn't matter. But yeah, solo mining actually just comes down to the pool you're using. You're gonna have to read it. But yeah, for example, I'm using, what is that, Pro Vault? What does that say it was? Hash Vault. I'm using Hash Vault. So in front of your address, simply put solo semicolon and then your wallet address, and that's how you'll begin solo mining on that pool. You told White the 59.95X Threadripper is 64.99. She didn't like that. What? Yeah, she's hinting. You are not buying that thing. 59.95X Threadripper. Oh my gosh, that thing would be so sweet. That thing, what is that? Let's look it up. Let's look it up. 59.95X. AMD Threadripper 59. All right, AMD, let's take a look here. 64 core. Base clock is 2.7. 256 megabytes of L3 cache. 4 megabytes of L1. 128 threads. Yes, that's a nice beast. 64 core beast. Nice. What is the most profitable token coin to mine? Cadena. You know what? Well, if you're referring to ASIC miners, I'm assuming. So do I have ASIC miner value still up here? Yes, I do. Yes, it's gonna be Cadena in ASICs terms. Like these are higher, obviously. You can see $99 a day, but this is all for Ethash. Ethereum will be gone, and then they're gonna be on ETC only. So we're going to be, yeah. So the next profitable miner is probably the Gold Shell KD Max, which is currently earning $28 a day, which will be the most profitable ASIC miner you could buy today after Ethereum is gone. Just like Nico says in GTA, I need this. Yeah, we need this. Need it totally. I'd rather spend the same money on 5800 X3 rather than getting a Threadripper. Oh, crazy. 6 gigabyte cards can't hold Conflux DAG on Windows, but still hold it on Linux. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it just depends on the coin and everything. I haven't mined Conflux. I'm not sure. Can get multiple 5800 X3Ds versus a single Threadripper, and the 3900X and 3950X are heavily discounted recently. Yes, that's very true too. Look for them used deals. Look for all those deals all around. Obviously, the new Threadripper is not on sale anywhere because it's brand new. So it's going to be hard to find a deal on that, but you never know. Maybe there's a good Samaritan out there. But I guess we will wrap this one up, guys. I appreciate everyone for showing up to this live stream. I will see you guys all in the next one.
Rabid out.